Hey yo, what is up, guys? It's Nullified, and today I'm going to not just be playing games. Shocker, right? But I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an unblocked games website for school. These are very interesting because if it gets blocked, you can just duplicate it and then it's going to be unblocked and you can still use it. Anyways, enough yapping. Let's get straight into the video. So first you're going to want to go to Google Drive. You're going to have to do this on a PC or computer or laptop that does not have school restrictions. It'll ask you to sign in, but if you just hit sign in, it'll bring you straight here. And we can close these tabs. We don't need these anymore. So I already have a UBG, so that's why I'm going to show you how to make one. So first you're going to want to come over here and hit new. And it's going to show a bunch of stuff, but you're going to have to hit more. Hit Google Sites. And I'm going to show you some random stuff. And I'm going to show you how this works. So your page title, let's call it Nullified's UBG. Like Sigmas, you know? But it won't come up here. What comes up here is what you type here. So if I type test site, not only will that be the official name, but it'll also come up here. So we're just going to call this a test site because this is just for entertainment purposes. And let's get straight into it. So afterwards, you're going to want to come to settings and hit the navigation. You want to hit side. And I recommend adding a logo like that looks educational. So like you can make this like look like Khan Academy, but this is secretly like Roblox or something. So you're gonna want to change these both, the logo and the favicon, to Khan Academy or something educational. And then put this title as something educational, so it comes up educational. So like if I type Khan Academy, hold up, that's not how you spell Academy. It'll come up and it looks like Khan Academy, but in reality, it's just Unblocked games. Anyways, now let's get to actually adding games. So after you add whatever you want to say, like that, yep, so that's a pretty cool text there. You're gonna actually want to start adding the games. So I use Sigma's UBG and Unblocked Games G+. So first, let's go to Sigma's. Over here in Sigma's UBG, we have a bunch of games. And I'm going to show you how they work. So, you click on a game, and it comes up. So, this is Slope. This is the game we're going to add. So, you can add this if you want, if you already know how to do this, but I don't do this. So what I do to make it more efficient and seem like an actual site is I put play full screen, and it'll bring you Slope, right? But we don't want to play Slope, right? You get what I'm saying? You come over here, and there's going to be this crack at the bottom. You hit inspect. Now once you're in the inspect, it'll bring you somewhere, and you're going to want to hit HTML all the way up here and hit edit as HTML. It'll bring you to this random thing, but Control A, Control C, and you just got pretty much what you just needed. So if we go to test site, I wanted to call it test site, not test sites. Anyways, we're going to open up a page, and we're going to call this Slope. And now we actually have Slope. Well, it's not as simple as that. We're just going to come over here, into the insert area, and we're going to hit embed. Now, you're not going to do by URL, or else it's going to say URL isn't valid. Check link and try again. Because that's only for inputting links. What we're actually going to do is put embed code, and it says HTML goes here. Control V, and boom, you actually have the game. And now we actually have slope in our Unblocked game site. But sometimes people just don't want to play it on the site. So what we're going to do is we're going to close this. And we're going to go over on the play full screen. And it usually is the HTML straight above. But if you want to be sure, you're going to want to hit this thing and make sure it's highlighted exactly like this. And the highlight shows in HTML. Once you do, click it, hit the 3 dots. I recommend hitting the 3 dots instead of right-clicking to edit as HTML, because sometimes it'll just put you somewhere else, and you might hit the wrong HTML. Anyways, we actually got this. We copied it. So then we're gonna come over to embed code, and paste what we just got. Now we have the plan full screen. We can resize it. And we actually have our first game on the site here. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to come over at home. We're going to add retro mode, because this is only one of the ways you can do it. You see, sometimes when you're going to add games, it's going to show up like this or like this. And I'm going to show you how to do those as well. So the reason I like to put, instead of putting play as Classroom 6X, I just like to put the game. It's because in some situations, you'll have the purple play full screen and the game will automatically be loaded. So yeah, it kind of just makes sense to me. So then you inspect, you do the HTML, copy it, and we're gonna add retro bowl college, because this is college retro bowl that we just put, that we're gonna embed code. And now we actually have retro bowl college. We can resize it. And there we go. And like before, we're gonna inspect that. Now, if you want to get it done quicker, you can actually just go above and hit the HTML above button class whatever. Because it's usually that. But if it's not that, if it doesn't highlight it, you have to get the mouse thing up here. Click on it if it's highlighted the correct way. So now we copy that. We come over here to test site. We're gonna embed code. And we have the play full screen button. Functioning. And then, yeah, here we got it. Play full screen. But then we're going to add normal retro bowl, since I'm going to show you a new method, a new way you have to add these. Why do I keep calling it methods? I don't know. I just call them methods. So, in some cases, you're going to have it like this, where it's click to play in full screen. Where you're going to want to hover your mouse over full screen and hit inspect. Now, there's going to be HTML all the way at the top here. You don't want to go all the way up. You're just going to want to go to the first one above what you were just on. Then hit edit as HTML, Control A, Control C. Then, this is way easier. You do that, and ba-boom, we have our game ready to play. Now, there's one last way we do this. We can go to home, and it'll hit. Let's hit Snow Rider 3D, because it's going to have this Classroom 6X style. So we're just gonna inspect the green box. Just hit the green box and inspect it. And wait, it's actually not that far, but the one above, the DIF ID, is right here. It's two away. Edit as HTML, Control A, Control C, and then we can add Snow Rider 3D. Add it up here. Embed. And we have the Classroom 6X version ready. And doing it for Unlocked Games G Plus is actually also simple. So if we search up Unlocked Games G Plus, we're gonna hit this one by Games Knob, then just hit play now. Then we just close that. And now we are at Unlocked Games G Plus. Now the game I'm gonna choose is level 67. And it's just the exact same way as the one on Sigma's. We did that for Retro. Just the exact same thing. We're just gonna right click the full screen and inspect it. Go to the top HTML right above, not the one at the top, like I said. And then you hit that. Level 67. Embed. And boom, you got it right here. Simple as that. And the last thing we're going to want to do after we have all the things we need is we're going to go up to this button that says publish. And it's going to ask for the web address. And I recommend putting something like educational. So math is awesome dash learning. I could do better, but I really don't need to. So once you got that name, whatever name, you can hit view your site, and it'll, if you click home, it'll say that's an error, but if you just refresh the page, it'll come up. Keep refreshing until it comes up. So now we have nullified UBG. I'm cool, sub to nullified. We have slope, Snow Rider, Retro College 6-7. And the last, if you want to add them to the home screen too, here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna copy and paste this link, and then we're gonna go to the home page. Embed. And sometimes it doesn't work like that. So we would have to put a picture of the game. But that just takes a lot of work, so. Yeah, pretty much this is just how you just want to do it. You can add some random stuff here. I added some other UBG links and like proxies for people to go on my homepage. And on the sides, I just added the games. Because UBG, you know, they came here for the games. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is gonna be a new type of thing I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be uploading tutorials for you guys. And anyways, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. And goodbye.